Wouldn't it be amazing to have the legs of an Olympic sprinter, the lungs of a Tour de France cyclist, and the arms of a heavyweight boxer, with the brain of a rocket scientist thrown in for good measure? But no spine. That's right, no it would not. Because, though unglamorous, the human body is pretty useless without a spine. The same is kind of true for football teams too. And one team who has got themselves a lovely new spine is Manchester United. We're off to Old Trafford today on Football Reality with a bunch of radiologists to check out why United's new spine is making all the difference this season. Okay, so what on earth are we talking about when we mention the spine of a football team? A team's spine is represented by the players who operate across different positions, but play through the centre of the pitch. Starting with the goalkeeper, moving straight down to the centre-backs, to the centre midfields, particularly the more defensive ones, and sometimes incorporating centre-attacking midfielders and centre-forwards. It is the job of these players, particularly the more defensive ones, to provide the team with solidity, be reliable week in, week out, and maintain the team's structure, while the more creative players roam more freely. Far too often, teams have had tons of quality in wide areas and strength in numbers up top, but find themselves getting caught out when it matters most, because they lack the required structure in the middle of the park. Whereas the teams who have a top quality goalkeeper, one or two towering central defenders, and a midfield general dictating proceedings are usually the ones lifting silverware, even if they aren't blessed with much attacking flair, because opponents just cannot break them down. Manchester United are perhaps the ideal example of how a proper spine running through the team can reap rewards. Sir Alex Ferguson's dominant sides of the 1990s featured the likes of Peter Schmeichel, Jaap Stam, Steve Bruce, and Roy Keane. Then the next generation of United talent came through in the mid-2000s, where Edwin van der Sar, Rio Ferdinand, Nemanja Vidic, and Michael Carrick were the seemingly ever-presence running through the heart of the starting 11, which went on to win another Champions League. In recent seasons, however, as the resolving door to the manager's office at Old Trafford has barely stopped moving, a lack of a respected core of the team has been one of a plethora of reasons for the trophies drying up. Not only that, the players who have occupied these key positions most regularly have been victims of poor form or downright ridicule. Goalkeeper David de Gea, who used to win United's Player of the Season award year on year, saw his form drop over the last couple of campaigns, keeping just 10 clean sheets in all competitions last season, and 12 the season before. A defensive midfield partnership of Scott McTominay and Fred has been bemoaned by fans and pundits alike for many years as not being good enough for a side that aims to win titles. Yet, no United manager made much of an effort to find replacements. And then there's Harry Maguire. Lambasted in the press and mocked on social media almost constantly. The England centre-back has not always lived up to the standards that Manchester United fans expect of their captains and defenders. Not having a regular teammate to partner him with didn't help matters either, with Raphael Varane, Victor Lindelof and Erik all coming in and out of the side. To further hinder matters, a want-away Cristiano Ronaldo and an underwhelming Marcus Rashford did not make matters easier up front. But over the summer, a revolution took place at Old Trafford. It felt like a minor revolution. In fact, most of us missed it. But it's one that could go on to make a major difference for United. We aren't referring to the appointment of Erik Ten Hag, though this naturally had a significant bearing. We are referring to a couple of changes made to the starting lineup, a few tweaks to the playing style, and one or two players returning to their form of a few years ago. Starting off with the goalkeeping position, which has seen the least amount of change as David de Gea is still United's number one. The difference this time around is that his form has greatly improved. He's already surpassed his total clean sheets for last season, and is on course to break his United record of 22 in one campaign. Currently, he has 12 in half a season, 8 of which have come in the Premier League, which puts him second in the clean sheet standings. Approaching 50 saves in the league confirms that those clean sheets aren't just down to United not conceding shots, meaning De Gea has stepped up many times to save United in big moments. Outfield, we see where Ten Hag's style of play has revolutionised the spine of the United team. playing the ball through the middle from the defense to Christian Eriksen, before he spreads the ball across the attacking line, is the basis of an attack which has propelled them back into Champions League contention. All the while, the ability of the core players to press in defense helped the Red Devils concede just 14 times in the league between their 4-0 loss to Brentford on matchday 2 and mid-January. That Brentford defeat was a wake-up call for United and new boss Ten Hag, and it more or less signalled the end of Cristiano Ronaldo's and Harry Maguire's times as regular starters. Initially bought in to partner Maguire, Lisandro Martinez has turned out to be a fantastic signing for United. He came in for some criticism early on, but once Ten Hag's style had been implemented, the Argentinian has gone from strength to strength. Exactly the type of dogged, never-say-die defender that United have longed for. Plagued by injuries in his first season, Raphael Varane has been the main centre-back partner for Martinez since Maguire was dropped. A calming, experienced presence at the back, he is the ideal partner for the scrappy Martinez, and the two are certainly giving opposition strikers nightmares, thanks to their solidity. After Martinez's exploits in Qatar, both defenders are World Cup winners. You don't want to mess with World Cup winning centre-backs. But potentially the biggest upgrade to United's spine this season has been the addition of another star with a big medal collection. 5-time Champions League winner Casemiro arrived at Old Trafford from Real Madrid for around £60 million and instantly stamped his authority on the Premier League. Despite signing after the first 3 league games, he sits 7th in the whole league for tackles with 45, 10 clear of the next best United player. While last season Eriksen and Bruno Fernandes had to drop deep to help Fred and McTominay out with defensive duties, Casemiro can run the whole show himself, breaking up play, controlling the tempo, and moving the ball forward to the attacking midfielders who can play to their strengths. With 2 goals and 3 assists in all competitions since arriving in England, he's proven he not only can pick out a teammate, but he knows where the back of the net is too. Talking of goals, while that fella who now plays in Saudi Arabia scored plenty of times last season, the team's reliance on him was to their detriment. Instead, Ten Hag decided to bring Anthony Martial back in from the cold, and has helped Marcus Rashford rediscover his form. Martial has scored 5 goals in 12 appearances so far, an improvement in the 1 in 11 he managed before being loaned to Sevilla. Rashford, meanwhile, has already bagged 15 from 25 total appearances, and he looks reborn this time out, after only netting 5 from 32 games in 2021-22. Wide players Diogo Dalot, Antony and Alejandro Garnacho have of course contributed to United's improvements, but it's that spine of De Gea, Martinez and Varane and Casemiro, plus the re-emergence of Rashford and Martial, that has allowed Man United to only lose twice in the league since that Brentford humiliation. It's amazing what a determined manager can do with a couple of new signings and faith in a few of the old boys. Now it's time for you to have your say. Is the spine the main reason for United's upturn, or do you pinpoint other factors? Or is this form just a flash in the pan for Erik Ten Hag's men? Let us know in the comments. And while you're there, hit the like button and subscribe to Football Reality for more amazing videos.